I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Payten.
And we're going to be doing a college audition experience video from our auditions for AMDA. So, we both auditioned for AMDA and we both got in, but we auditioned at very different times, very different everything. Like, the circumstances were completely different. I auditioned in January. I had just signed up for the audition that week because I had gotten waitlisted at a different school, and I was like, why not? So I just got there at 8, and I signed in, and I had to fill out some audition paperwork, and then I went and sat in this room with all the other auditioners. At about 8:30, the lady checking everyone in came in and showed us a video about AMDA, and it had all the information you could ever want about AMDA, and then she asked if we had any questions or anything like that. And then all of the musical theater people got together and we went and practiced our song with an accompanist in our audition room. And so what happened was we all got in a line and waited outside of the door, and each person would go in one by one and do their song, and you would sing it, and the accompanist would say is this an okay tempo, is the dynamic level right, all that stuff, and you either say yes or no. We went and got in the same line. We all had a piece of paper that said our name, our grade, and musical theater on it, and I was number 4 out of 11, and so we went in that order. And so I got in there, room, it was super small, and so I slated, and it was very weird because I didn't need to say, hello, my name is, all I had to say was Mackenzie Rollins, musical theater, and my 2 pieces. And I wanted to do my monologue first because that's just normally what I do, but the guy was like, no, I want you to do your song first. So I did the song first and it was fine, and then I finished the song and he was looking down writing stuff. So then he looked up and was like, you can continue, and I was like, okay, thank you. And then I started my monologue, did my monologue, it was fine. After my audition, I didn't leave yet, I just said thank you, and then he started talking to me and complimenting me, and he didn't ask me anything, but I was really afraid he was going to ask me to be like, oh, can you sing this other song you said that you can sing, or can you do a tap number or sing some scales or something, because he asked a lot of people to do other stuff, but he didn't ask me to do anything, thank goodness, because that would have been horrible. And then I left and I went to the interview with the same lady that was checking us in, and it was super easy. It was probably 5 minutes, and it was just how did you hear about AMDA, why do you want to go to AMDA, what's your dream role, how do you define success. Some questions were a little harder than others, but it didn't take very long. It was a pretty straightforward interview, and then after that I was done with my audition. Got a bunch of emails for about a week, and then I got a phone call about a week afterwards, and I got really excited because I was like, a phone call, this means I'm in. But it was just schedule your audition, and I was like, I did that already, I just want to know about my acceptance. And so it took about two weeks to get my official acceptance email. And what happened was I got a call that day about another interview, and so I did the interview during my lunch period. They're like, have you heard about your decision? And I was like, no, can you tell me my decision? And they were like, no, we can't, but you should be finding out really soon. And I was like, okay. And so then I did the interview, and it took my whole lunch, so I didn't eat. And then I was leaving rehearsal that day to go to work, and I was just looking at my emails, making sure I didn't miss anything. And I had 3 emails congratulations, you made it, congratulations, you're accepted, congrats, look at this, woohoo. And I was like, ah. And so I forwarded it to my parents and tried to call them, and they didn't answer. I called Payten, and then I went to work, and it was really, really hard not to be like, hi, I got into my #1 school, to everyone that came into my house, into my restaurant.
Into my house?
Into my restaurant, because it was so exciting, and I just wanted to tell everyone in the world, but I couldn't because that's weird. So
your parents did it instead.
Yeah, my parents came in and told everyone that worked at my restaurant, but it's all right. So that's my experience. It was really good. It was really fun. It was very stress-free, actually. So
I did the acting program, so I had a very different experience. I auditioned on March 18th, and I got there around 8 o'clock, and they had like breakfast for everybody. It was at a Marriott, and they showed the videos, so that was pretty much similar, except everyone in my room was super talkative, and everyone was really nice. So they showed us a video, and then they gave people time to warm up if they're doing dance, and then they took the musical theater majors to work with their songs, and then they had acting just audition first. You had a very tiny dance floor, and then like 10 feet away was my lady who was judging me. And the really awesome thing is I got to meet her before, or everyone did. She did like a little speech for everybody saying like, oh, I do the same thing you guys do. I still audition, and I understand how stressful it is. So, you know, it was nice to know that she was so cool with it. So I did 2 monologues, a dramatic and a comedic, which I suggest I'd make them as different as possible so they could see both sides of you. For acting, I slated normally. She held the paper for me that said my name and what I was doing. And she held it in front of the camera, and she actually slated for me technically. She said, this is Payten Buchanan doing our acting, or auditioning for acting, and then I just started, and I left the room, and there were only about 5 people doing the acting. And I waited for my interview. I knew the lady who was interviewing me. We both did. We met her at ThesCon, and she taught a hip-hop class, so it was a little bit less stressful. Questions were very basic.
yeah.
And then I left. Interview went great. I found out much later, like last week or 2 weeks ago. And it was a month after I auditioned originally. So she found out 2 weeks, and I was like, oh no, this means I didn't get in because I didn't hear immediately. I didn't get a phone interview after my audition. I'm in the studio. You're in.
I'm in the integrated conservatory. So
but we're going in October, and it seems late, but you don't get as many breaks. But it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, I think if you're on the edge about anything, like maybe I don't want to do it, maybe I like what happens if I don't get in, like just do it, because like there's no negative consequences or connotations of it at all. Everyone there is super, super nice and super, super welcoming. It's just a good experience, and even if you decide that's not where you want to go, or you don't get in, or whatever the case is, it's still a really good learning experience that, I mean, I learned a lot from it. I'm sure you learned a lot from it.
I don't think there's an audition you don't learn from.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely a good thing to do, even if you are not completely 100% sure. So
about 20% get in, and about 30% of the 20% that get in actually
attend.
Like they give everybody a chance. It's not like you can get in with a ton of experience or no experience.
Yeah, they don't care about your resume. It's just about what you bring to the table.
Yeah. So, bye.